Welcome to Truth and Company Boxing Podcast for another segment of 20 random questions. I'm your host, John the Truth Dioria, and tonight's guest is professional boxer Adrian Serrano. How you doing,
Thank you,
Adrian?
thank you. Good in yourself? I'm good.
I appreciate taking time to come on. I know you're busy. You just mentioned off air that you just got out of the gym, so you've been training. And I know you just fought recently, about a month ago. You were on the zone, so some of the world fans are starting to get to know who you are. I know you only got 3 pro fights in, but you're 3-0. And
Yes, sir.
over the next year, hopefully, a lot more fans are going to get to know who you are. I know you were supposed to just fight pretty soon. You're what, in the next week or something, but you didn't make the card or
This
something
weekend. This
this
weekend.
weekend. So, but you didn't,
Yes.
for whatever reason, you're not on the card now. So
Right.
hopefully we're going to see you within the next month or two again, right?
Yeah, right. God willing.
Yeah, as long as nothing happens. I know
Right.
people are trying to make things happen for you. To definitely, we want to see your face on somebody's fighter apps more often. So, and if
Most
anybody
definitely.
saw him fight last month on the zone, if they didn't, go check YouTube. This kid can fight. He's nice in the interview right now. He looks like a nice kid. He ain't very nice in that ring.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, you weren't smiling like that in the ring.
Yeah.
If you were, I don't think your opponent would have been too scared of you.
Right. Me personally, I still felt like it should have been a stoppage. My last fight, I felt like it should have been a stoppage.
And just so the fans do know, because a lot of fans, when I mention who your trainer is, they're familiar with your trainer. Your
Yes.
trainer is actually the former world champion Bones Adams, right?
Yes.
And now, how long have you guys been together?
We've been together, I believe, a year now. I think we're about to hit a year. And we've been working. I'm still learning from him every day.
So I gotta ask you, as a guy that's only got 3 pro fights in, and your trainer is famous, yeah, but he's a former world champion. Is that a little bit intimidating?
I don't see it as intimidating because when you meet him, he's a great guy. He's easy to talk to. He's fun to talk to. He's a fun person to be with. It's just like me being young and him being being older and knowing he has way more knowledge than me than I do in the sport. It's just as like I just gotta humble down and sometimes just stay quiet and just and learn and listen from what he's saying because I have to understand that he has more knowledge than me than like he's world champion. I've never been world champion. That's what I'm aiming to be though.
But I mean, like you just said, he's laid back, he's fun, he's goofy, so that makes it a lot easier. So that you're just not focusing on all the time, like, oh my god, my trainer's a world champion. You know what I mean? So
Right,
it
right, right.
probably makes it a lot better because of how he is, and he's a humble guy too. So,
Oh yeah, most definitely.
all right, so you ready for these random 20 questions?
Yes, sir.
All right, question one. I don't want to talk about the boxing yet. I want the fans to learn about you a little bit. So tell me about your background and your upbringing a little bit, like where you grew up, how you grew up. You got siblings? How are your parents? Things like that.
Oh, I'm from Salinas, California. It's about like an hour south of or like an hour and a half south of San Francisco. It's a small city. My parents are my dad's from Mexico, my mom's from Texas, but she's Mexican as well. And I have 4 siblings. I have 2 sisters and a brother. My little brother has autism. Um, was I grew up in Salinas. I went to elementary, preschool, middle school, high school, and I graduated high school there, and then moved out here to Las Vegas.
Now, do you live in Las Vegas on your own now?
Yes, I live in Las Vegas by myself. Yes,
Okay. All right. Question two. How did you get involved in the sport of boxing?
I used to play football. I played football by the like until I started playing like full contact football when I was 5 years old because my uncle he was a high school and a college football player. And I think that just gave my mom an idea like at 5 years old just put it in there in football. And I wanted to do something to keep myself in shape around 8 years old, 9 years old, and I got and boxing was one of them. And it's just something where boxing really just took my attention, and I just stick to it. And I left the football away, and the soccer, and I just stick to boxing full time.
So there was no other boxers in your family that influenced you to go to the gym, nothing like that. Your dad didn't bring you to the gym. You just wanted to do it to stay in shape and something different than football.
Actually, I had like two cousins that were just going to the boxing gym. Nothing serious, just going to the boxing gym. And I thought, and I think that's what gave me that gave my pops and my mom the idea of like, you know what, let's just put them in the gym.
And so how did your amateur career go?
I had a great amateur career. I have 7 national titles, and I took it very seriously. I feel like I took it a little bit too seriously in amateurs. I really wanted to win. I'm a competitor at the end of the day, and I'm big on winning. I need to win, and I'm one of those fighters that, like, when I would lose in the amateurs, I'll be bawling my eyes out crying.
So what was behind the decision that you decided to turn pro then?
It was actually COVID. I went during COVID. It literally stopped everything. I was still trying to find my way into the gym. I would shadow box in the garage. I would jump rope. I would just try to keep myself active or in shape at least. And right around the time where you were allowed to go out, but you had to wear a mask, I would go to the boxing gym every day. And I finally got back with my amateur coaches. They sent me to a coach that, like, he was more professional wise, and we made that decision of just going pro at 17.
Okay. All right. Question three: what boxers have inspired you in your career?
It ranges. Sometimes it changes. Like, when I know as a little kid, I was big into like Floyd Mayweather and De La Hoya and Canelo. Now in the past, I've been into like Terry Norris, Ward. I'm still a big fan of Ward. Actually, Ward has always been one of my favorite fighters. And
Now that's
lately, like,
Andre Ward though.
Andre Ward, yes sir.
Okay. See, because I love Mickey Ward.
Okay, okay. Yeah, and lately now, because I've been aiming to have a pro style and just slowing down a little bit, not too much, but little by little, is I've been watching Danny Garcia and Mikey Garcia.
Okay. All right. Question four: do you have any hobbies outside the sport of boxing?
Um, ab- as of right now, when I moved out here to Vegas, absolutely, no, I do not. I just go to the gym because I kind of have a set schedule every day of what I gotta do, what time I have to rest and eat, and then go back to the gym. I really just I stick hard on that schedule, and like the like to keep me busy, or when I'm bored, I'll probably play video games. I'll play some Madden. Other than that, not much.
Okay. All right. Question five. So we just mentioned in the beginning of the interview that Bones Adams, former world champion, is your trainer. So tell me a life lesson or some boxing advice that your trainer Bone Adams has taught you so far that has stuck in your mind.
He has a saying that it takes a good fighter that I mean a good fighter needs two hands. A great fighter only needs one. He has a saying like that where it caught my mind, where it's like where it really is just the mental part. It's really just how being smart as a fighter, where, like, that's where that saying comes from. Is really just about being smart, being a smart fighter.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Question six. What advice do you give an amateur boxer that wants to become a professional boxer, seeing that you're just kind of learning yourself and that you've moved into the pros?
Just staying focused. Keep your family close, keep God close, and staying focused, and be honest to yourself. Be honest of what you're doing bad, what you're doing good, and just like the main thing is just being really honest to yourself, being really, in the sense of like knowing who's like, kind of humble yourself, kind of know like you're not on that person's level, or just how treat certain situations, whether it's sparring or it's just fighting, or just training, knowing your place, and knowing how to adjust into that moment until you be ready for that moment.
Okay. All right. Question 7. Do you have any boxing superstitions?
Superstitions in the sense of like, what do
Well,
you
a
mean?
lot of boxers have superstitions where they either got to put on a certain glove, certain wrap first, wear a certain underwear, certain trunks, eat a certain meal before a fight, things like that. A lot of boxers have at least one.
Lately I have to have fish before a fight because I'll be having fish fish helps me cut weight faster and easier, and it makes it pretty makes my weight cuts really easy for me. So after my fights, I really, if I'm gonna have a protein, it gotta be fish.
Now,
It gotta be
can
salmon,
it be, I was
tilapia.
just going to say, does it have to be a certain kind of fish?
Like the one that I would hope for would be salmon. I'll be having salmon every day, so that's what I would need. But other than that, I as a little as a amateur, as a little kid, I would think I would it would be certain trunks I would have to wear, or certain. But now, like to fix my mind in that, I made sure that nothing's holding me back. I'll wear anything different, and just to so I can just get away from that superstition of like, because I get it.
Okay. All right. Question 8. So, like I did mention, you only have 3 pro fights. The world boxing fans might not know who you are yet, but we want them eventually. We want all the fans to know who you are. So, why should boxing fans come out and watch you fight?
Because it's off because it's gonna be something different every time. You're gonna see improvement every time in my fights. You're gonna see knockouts, pressure. You're gonna see, maybe I'm a box a certain type of day for this a certain type of fighter. I'm always gonna have a game plan for my opponent, and just you're gonna see the wide range of what I can do.
Okay. All right. Question 9. Who's the one boxer, alive or dead, that you would want to sit down and have a conversation with if you could?
That's a good question. Well, lately I think Andre Ward. Andre Ward. I know he's still living, but I really look up to Andre Ward.
No,
Just the
that's why I
way
said
he.
alive or dead.
Yeah. So yeah, Andre Ward, just to see his knowledge and how he would think, how would he deal with maybe his nervousness, or how he handles certain situations within business, or just boxing itself.
Okay. All right, question 10. What's something that you're passionate about besides the sport of boxing?
Mm, um. Besides the sport of boxing, to be honest, I'm really passionate about boxing itself, but I'm also passionate about my family. I really, like, I do boxing obviously for me, but obviously I really want to take it further in the sense of being being like bringing generational wealth in that sense. Just being smart with money, and just helping out my family, just helping out everybody that helped me growing up as a little kid.
Okay. All right, question 11. Why do you box?
It's for me, it's something personal. I think it's just like, is because knowing that, because usually I don't really have that many bad days in the gym, but when I do, is that's when it's really gets to me, where it's like, okay, like now, like maybe I spar like a world champion like that day, or maybe I spar somebody that doesn't have the same style that I usually deal with in the gym, and that really gets me motivated. That really gets me um very like hungry for, just like, oh, I want to be able to beat each style and learn each style, and and get better. It's just something with boxing, where it's just getting better is really just the main focus. I really want to become the best version of me that I can be in the sport.
Okay. All right, question 12. If you didn't become a boxer, what profession do you think you'd be in right now?
That's a good question. I feel like a profession. It would definitely be a profession that would need all of me, meaning my mental, my physical. So I think I'll probably be a policeman or a fireman, or I think those are the two jobs. I wouldn't say the army, but maybe something like that.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. Question 13. Who are some of the musical artists that you listen to when you train?
When I train, um, let me see musical artists I've listened to. Cause right now lately I haven't been I haven't been the DJ in the gym. I haven't been in the I haven't been the DJ in the gym. I know Bones. So lately, what I've been listening to lately, because of Bones, he be having like a sporadic amount of music, whether it comes to Lil Baby, Lil Durk, or Kanye West, or Pitbull. So that's what I'll be listening to,
Okay. All right.
and
Question.
some
Oh, go
country
ahead.
music as well.
Some
Oh, and
country
some country
music
music.
too?
Yeah, like I'm just getting into because I don't like listening to rap now. So I like I'm digging like I'm dipping my toes little by little in the country music.
Or maybe they're gonna put you on Country Box soon. Are you aware of that show?
I never heard of it.
Yeah,
Country
it's
boxing.
yeah, it's down south. It's country music mixed with boxing. They in between the matches, they have a country artist off to the side that plays country music and stuff. There's an actual card
Right,
called Country Box.
right.
Yeah,
That sounds interesting. Actually, I actually might like it.
you have to look it up on the internet. It's like I think it's countrybox247.com. Check it out.
Okay, I'm gonna check it
Yeah,
out. I'm gonna check it
maybe
out for sure.
maybe they'll reach out to you after they see this and maybe they'll get you on there.
Hopefully, hopefully.
Yeah, I believe the guy, the promoter that runs it, oh, I know I'm gonna be wrong. His name is Jimmy. Don't quote me
Right.
if his last name. I can't remember his last name though. I know his name is Jimmy, the promoter, and I know Christy Martin. I think has a connection with it as well. But yeah, it's down south somewhere. And I've had a couple guys on here, one or two that are on the show already. I've seen it advertised. I've actually checked it out on the internet myself. So yeah, it's an interesting concept.
I like the concept. I'm gonna check it out because I genuinely enjoy country music.
Okay. Yeah. So I just gave Country Box a plug there. All right. Question 14. If you could win a trophy or an award in something other than boxing, what would it be?
mm, country trophy or an award? I can't really think of in one sense, it's just sports wise, like
In anything, what would you want to win an award or a trophy in other than boxing if you possibly could?
mm, I don't really got I don't think I have an answer for that. That's a question. I wasn't ready for that question. Yeah,
Okay. All right. Well, no, that's fair. I mean, right now you're so focused on boxing, you can't think of anything else.
right.
All right, question 15. If you had to promote a product in a commercial, what product would you be willing to promote?
Um. Oh, lately I think I would do like the products I probably use myself. Maybe whether it be like a hoodie brand or like essentials or maybe like Celsius drinks, uh Gatorade, Powerade, Red Bull.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, another shameless plug out there to Red Bull. If anybody sees this from Red Bull, he's willing to do a commercial with you, or I'm sure he'd love for Red Bull to be one of his sponsors.
Yeah, exactly. Sponsor me.
All right, question 16. If you could hold any record in the Guinness Book of World Records, what record would you want to hold?
Mm, the fastest mile.
Okay. Can
The
you run
fastest mile.
pretty
That's actually.
can you run pretty fast now?
I'm a decent runner. Last time I think my last mile I've really been close to four like I know I haven't I think it's probably my fastest mile I've ever done. Maybe as a freshman, as maybe just me in high school. I think it was around 5:30, around that range, 5:30, 5:25.
Okay.
Yeah, what's the fastest mile now? Like
Oh, I don't
four
know.
minutes?
Yeah, somewhere around the 4 mark, I believe. All
Yeah, it
right.
has to be.
All right, question 17. Are you artistic in any outside the ring as far as like building things, painting, drawing, photography, mechanics, anything like that?
Not really. I'm a big picture guy. I like taking pictures of sunsets or something. Like if I see something that's very like just grabs my attention, I think it's pretty, whether it's maybe sunsets or like the rain or maybe a rainbow. I'll probably take a picture of it. It's just something that has to catch my eye, or maybe just a view of a building or just a view of the city. I'll probably take a picture of it. I'm a big picture guy.
Okay, so photography does interest you a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. All right, question 18. If you could box in a celebrity boxing match against any actor or athlete or singer, who would you want to fight?
Mm, shoot, that's a good question. Wow. Actor, right? Like you said, whoever brings the most money. So whoever brings the most money, it'll
Yeah,
make
but
a
just
difference.
throw a name or two out there, though.
I can give out a lot of names that I've seen. I can just name probably like I know this fighters like do you know who Saul Puppy is?
Is that a rapper?
Nah, he's a YouTuber that just turned boxing. He's pretty decent as a boxer. I think he's like 2-1, I believe. Obviously, I
Okay.
know there's fighters like Jake Paul, um, KSI, all of them. So maybe them.
Okay. All right, question 19. What household chore do you hate doing the most?
Brooming. That was the easy one. That brooming.
So you hate sweeping.
Yeah, exactly. Because so when I was living back with my mom, she has wooden floors in her house. So and me because my sisters, they do the like the hard stuff, I believe, like washing dishes and cleaning bathrooms and all that. So my job in the house was just to sweep the house. And um and my mom's very like a tough critic. So if I was like brooming the house and she ain't like it, she won't make me restart the whole thing. And keep in mind, we have a decent sized house, so it has to be every room, my sister's room, and then she and the bathroom.
You guess your place in Las Vegas right now is all carpet, I bet.
No, it's still wooden. We just
Oh,
it's just a small area, so it's easier to sweep.
oh, okay.
And plus I don't have anyone telling me to start over. So off of like 5 minutes, I'm good.
You better make sure that floor is clean before your mom comes out to visit.
Exactly. No, I've had her come visit and she's like, go get the broom, and I'm like, yeah.
All you gotta say is, "Look, mom, this is my house." Of course, you can't never say that. It doesn't matter. Moms will tell you anyways.
No, she's my mom's the leader in the house, so she's and the word doesn't the word no doesn't exist in her eyes if we say it.
All right, question 20. Do you have any phobias?
Phobias? Um, as, I mean, I'm a pretty timid guy. Like what I mean by that is like I'm very hesitant of everything I gotta do. So like let's say if I'm a like I have a roller coaster. Like if we're gonna do if I'm me and my friends are going to a roller coaster ride, I'll probably be nervous and I'll probably be scared, and that's my phobia. But I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna do it. So other than that, it's just fighting is scary as well. But I mean, I love to fight. So I think my phobia that I have that where I don't want to deal with is kind of like the rodents. That's my phobia. That's where I cut the line, because I remember yeah, like rodents, any rodents, possums or rats. I don't want to deal with it. I remember one time and we had a when I was living back in Salinas, we had like a rat problem in the garage. My pops and my uncle had to deal with that. I just that's not me. I'm not dealing with no rodents.
All right. Well, listen, man, I appreciate you taking time to come on and do the 20 random questions. If you got any shout outs for your sponsors, or if you want to say anything to the fans before we end, go ahead.
Shout out to Toads Heat. He's one of my sponsors, and uh, shout out to my family. It's always love with them, and my coach Bones and everything.
And what do you want to say to the fans?
I'm coming, and I'm gonna show you how good of a fighter I am, and I'm really coming to become the best version of myself in this sport.
All right, hold on. And the truth has spoken.